Hello, hello, and welcome to the latest edition of the Gaming Grotto. My name is Ezekiel Garcia, and today we had a special guest on the show. You may have heard of him from the Let's Play collective, so to speak. None other than Maxwell Adams, the creator and, I guess, ringleader of the Freelance Astronauts. They were a group of guys who got together and around 2007 decided to make commentary over video games that they would play. If it sounds familiar, that's probably because they were pretty much doing Let's Plays back in 2007. And back when it was strictly for the Something Awful forums. And it eventually, of course, grew into something way bigger than I'm pretty sure Maxwell or anybody on Something Awful would have expected, for better or for worse. So this conversation, it was very chillax, so to speak. We were just talking about life, video games, Let's Plays, the process behind them, and, you know, just maybe a little teaser into the future of the Freelance Astronauts. So sit back and enjoy this conversation that I had with Maxwell Adams. I don't know what happened in particular, where we're just trying to call you, and then there was no answer, and just. Yeah, we're sorry about that.
We might have different Skype versions. I keep an old version because it doesn't. It's not as terrible as the newer ones.
Oh, I'm not really familiar with Skype, to be perfectly honest. Josh, the guy who pretty much is the ringleader of the website, he's the one who sets up the Skype calls, and I honestly have no clue what old Skype is better than new Skype.
It's just the interface. I like it better.
Oh, okay, all right. So, all right, cool. So, thank you for taking the time to give us, do this interview here, because it was weird, because with the Freelance Astronauts, that's just, to me, the quintessential Let's Play, I guess, group, so to speak.
Yeah, we really got in there on the ground floor.
Yeah, yeah, and so around what time, it was around May 2007 when you guys started to make videos?
That sounds about right.
Okay. Did you guys do screenshots or anything like that before then, how they used to do it on the forums back then? Or
So the way it got started is that in the Something Awful Games forum, people were making these Let's Play threads.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them were screenshots. I was reading the Dark Red thread on Resident Evil 4, and I thought this was just really great stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I started thinking, I want to make one of these threads. I want to make a thread on Majora's Mask. I can make all these screenshots. I can make animated GIFs to show off things I want to show off.
Mm.
I was just kind of planning that, getting ready to do that.
Right.
And then Slow Beef was making these videos.
Mm-hmm.
And he was doing Super Metroid, and he started bringing in guests. And it just it blew my mind how that worked. Because he would do one video with I guess he would have Scarboy on.
Mm-hmm. And
Scarboy would just be making fun of Slow Beef and knowing a lot about the game, but messing with Slow Beef at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And then Slow Beef would bring on Crocon, this nice Canadian guy, and it was a whole different experience. And it's just that was incredible to me.
Right.
You could make this kind of experience on it. Then I actually contacted Slow Beef because he said he wanted to get some guests, and I was sending him messages on Skype hey, my friends are coming over tonight. I'll give you 4 nerds for the price of 1. we'll do a group of nerds all at once. How about that?
And with Pipes and Fur and all those guys and the rest of the astronauts, have you guys known each other for a very long time?
Oh yeah, I've known Pipes since as far back as I can remember. We used to go to elementary school on the same bus.
Oh really?
Yeah, Pipes has known Fair about that long. We met Yvette at the beginning of high school, so yeah, we've known each other a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I tried to get in contact with Slow Beef so we could do commentary on this Super Metroid video. Mm-hmm. He didn't get back to me, and that's the point where I thought, wait a minute, what if I made a video? Right. I could just do it on my own.
Right. And what would you say would be the first video you guys did together?
That was I made the very first Majora's Mask video on my own, just testing what I had set up, the software and everything, make sure it worked.
Right.
And then the guys came over that night and hey, guess what? I've got this thing we're going to do. Sometimes I just do this. I'm a bit nerdier than them, and sometimes I'm like throw my interest at them, and they're just like, yeah, okay,
right.
And we don't go back to it. Like we're like, hey, check out these video game music remixes and these chip tunes, and they're like, yeah, oh, you really listen to these, huh?
Oh shit. I mean, I would expect the rest of them to be just as enthusiastic about video games as you are. Did they gradually just evolve, or was it just like, was it always the same indifference?
I don't know. We're all pretty enthusiastic about video games, but I just expected them to humor me that one time and then just, like not be into it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I thought I'd go to the slow beef model of bringing in guests.
Mm-hmm.
But Fair, he loves Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Mm-hmm.
So he was way into it as soon as I mentioned the concept to him.
Okay. So, what? Because I'm remembering parts of that Majora's Mask Let's Play, and the only thing I can honestly remember, I don't remember who it was, but I believe it got to the point where you guys started doing voices, and some pretty interesting language was being thrown out there, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, a lot of stuff happened back then. There was one where it was like the Kennedy voice and the Woody voice.
Mm-hmm.
We did some of that.
Because I remember it was, I think it was some sort of fan fiction reading was going on as well.
That probably happened. I kept up coming up with ideas of weird stuff I could do, and I just wanted to try everything I could do.
Right.
Like there's one video where I recorded commentary from 2 different groups and then took those recordings and edited them together to make it sound like they were talking to each other just because I could.
Right. And outside of the you 4 guys, how often did you actually were able to successfully pull guests? Because from what I understand, I think Diabetes was in a few of your videos as well.
The way I had it set up is that we would do recording sessions once a week.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was also, I was making these little side videos where I just like show up like boring mini games or like just stuff I didn't get around to in the recording session. And then for those videos, I would bring in like a random guest. Yeah. And that's where Diabetes came in. That was his Let's Play debut. He was very tolerant with me.
Oh,
because I set up this really elaborate like intro sequence where I put up a bit of text from Lovecraft. Mm-hmm. Just like it was something I was just reading at the time, and I thought it was really cool, and it just like set a scene really well. And I read that off at the start of the video, and then like I screwed that up like 3 times, and Diabetes just like was just so patient.
Oh, right.
The streaming setup I had back then was just bizarre. I was using the software called Windows Media Encoder.
Oh, jeez. That does. I'm not gonna lie. That sounds old as hell.
Oh, yeah, it was. That was way. It was so different back then. It's because we didn't have all this like technology built for making Let's Plays. Like today, you just fire up OBS and it does everything.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Magic.
Yeah,
it's like it. You have in the corner, you have this tiny bar for adjusting the volume level. Like I used to do huge amounts of work to make something like that happen. When I recorded Majora's Mask, I had 2 sound cards in my PC. One for recording game audio, one for recording microphone audio. I would record those separately, sync them up afterwards, and balance the volume levels. And now it's just like a little bar in the corner of OBS. You just need to click where you want it to be.
Right. Right. And in terms of like Let's Plays themselves, because like from what I understand, more of the I guess professional, I suppose, for lack of a better term, Let's Plays where most of the recording was done like post recording of the game itself. Did you guys just usually do that, or was it like just like record as you were playing?
Oh, we always did live commentary.
Oh, okay. So it was always live.
Yeah, in those early days, like the concept of getting professional with it was like it wasn't even on the board. Like back then, at the beginning, if you recorded a video, you just uploaded it. It didn't matter. Like it didn't matter if it was a complete train wreck. You just uploaded what you had.
Right.
That's how it was done. And there's this one guy, Trin Tragula. He was there at the beginning. Mm-hmm. And one day he let me in on his secret. Like he was actually recording this video the voice afterwards. Post commentary. That was his secret to doing really good commentary.
Right.
And he didn't even want to let people know he was putting that much effort into it.
So it was just one guy who was just doing post commentary, and for some reason he felt like he just unlocked the secret to like Let's Plays.
it can be really hard to talk about a video game while you're playing it.
Right, yeah. I know that Chip Cheesem loves to do this thing where he does dual commentary, where it's like there's like an alternate track you can have.
They put up one track where they talk over the cutscenes, and then another video where there's no talking during cutscenes.
Right. Yeah, and it's like there's sort of a craft involved with Let's Plays, despite how primitive an idea it is. And what I find so appealing about like Retsupre was just because of the fact that there were so many people, mostly they were like, I don't know, youngins, I suppose, but there were like, it looked so easy, but then when you actually do it, it's like, if you have no idea, it can be such a disaster, which is why you have like really bad audio and like unregistered Hypercam 2 on the corner.
Yep. Yeah. There's a lot of things that can go wrong.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, like usually how long does it usually take for you to like, pump out a video? Like in terms of like when you record it to actually uploading?
Let's see. So we would do pretty big recording sessions, like 2 or 3 hours.
All right.
So usually like that night I would do the prep work where I would just take that recorded video and then run it through the encoding process, let that run overnight. Right.
Oh, okay.
And then the next morning I would get into it, and depending on what kind of workflow I had, I would have to might have to do some audio editing, which means ripping the audio track out and then processing that and then testing different kinds of like noise reduction or normalizing or whatever I'm going to do to it, audio compression. And then just running Audacity alone on a 3-hour track, that can take an hour of just like sitting and waiting for that to finish up and then hoping the result is good. And then I usually have a workflow set up so that I've got this 3-hour video with the audio I want, and then I can just cut it into chunks using like okay, this is going to get technical. If you're looking at a video editor like Virtual Dub or Avidemux, I don't know how to pronounce Avidemux. I call it Avidemux. There are these things called keyframes in the video where it takes a full image of what's happening on screen, and then after the keyframe are other special kind of frames that just like show you the differences of what happened from that point on. So you can slice up a video any way you want as long as you make those slices at a keyframe. That way the video starts out at a full image of what's happening. So pretty much all my videos I edit that way by slicing at keyframes, meaning I have to poke through the video to find a keyframe that's at a convenient point between, what we're talking about or what's happening in the game. At one point, actually, there's an early Majora's Mask video where, for no reason, we were just doing this gimmick where we acted like each recording session was happening a week later. What? So like during the recording session, like I was actually like signaled the guys like, okay, this is going to be the end of this video. We're going to start a new one. And then we'd say something like, oh, hey, welcome back, guys. Oh, you've grown a nice beard since the last time we met. Oh, no. Or something dumb like that. And
actually, we're starting to remember that.
Yeah, so I did in the editing process. I got the keyframe ended up where I wanted the first 3 times. And then the next one, it was a little bit off, and I just went with it. Oh. So the video ends with us saying, "Oh, hey, welcome back."
Right. I remember that. I just like it just felt so out of place, especially like.
Yeah, I thought it just worked as a joke, and I just left it in there.
Oh. Yeah.
So yeah, the whole so you have to encode the video, maybe play with the audio, edit the video. That process right there will take. So you're like 2 or 3 hours in at that point. Then there's the uploading process, which is the least fun because it's tedious, busy work. It's a lot more easy these days because YouTube has this multi-video uploader. You can just throw all your videos at it.
Right, exactly. And I gotta ask, it's like, are you usually the only one that's actually working on editing these videos?
Oh yeah, that's all me.
Oh really? Oh.
Yeah, I mean it's all being done on my PC.
Oh, okay.
I've got the one who's got the recording, and I don't think the other guys know how to do that work anyway.
So what do you like usually outside of like when you're not recording? What do you guys usually do outside of that? Do you just guys just hang out or something, or just do whatever?
Yeah, we'd hang out, go out, get some food, watch movies, or whatever.
Okay. And really, like how often do you guys see each other outside of the Let's Plays or during the Let's Plays rather when you're like recording?
During the Let's Play era, like that was our activity. We'd get together once a week, and we'd hang out for a bit. We'd get some food, and then we'd record Let's Plays.
Right. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Yeah, because it's like because I mean, probably one of the cooler things about you guys was that it's like it's very obvious that you guys are legitimate friends. It's not like you guys are just like, oh, we're gonna do this Let's Play and
yeah. I think we accidentally stumbled upon like the perfect formula for making Let's Plays.
Right.
Because people have a lot of different approaches. A lot of people, when they sit down to make a Let's Play, they kind of speak to the audience, like they're trying to entertain the audience. And I think when we sat down to do it, we were just telling jokes to each other, and that worked so much better.
Right. And I think honestly, it's like no matter what you do, especially really when it comes to recording things for whatever like project you're working on, it just seems like it's like you're a lot more comfortable when there's like more than one person recording with you.
Yeah. Yeah. When I tried to do a solo commentary just sitting alone in my room, I felt so awkward. You can like hear it in my voice when I'm trying to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And like what was like the because I mean I understand you actually did do a few solo Let's Plays. What was like one of them that you actually like had a good time doing in terms of a solo?
I don't think I ever did completely solo. Like I would pull in guests on online or something.
Oh, okay. Did you ever like delve into streaming at all?
Oh yeah, we got into that like pretty early on. We were on Justin TV for a while.
Oh, okay.
I think it was Justin TV.
Yeah, so it's never like Twitch or anything like that, right?
At that point, Twitch wasn't clearly the leader like it is now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Well, today, like, there's Twitch and there's Hitbox, and I think those are the main ones.
Right. And so, like, with Justin TV, like, what was that like compared to Twitch? Did you actually, would you be able to compare Twitch and Justin TV, or is it just one of those things where it's like it was just a different animal?
Well, the whole software situation is different, but when it comes to interacting with the audience, we kind of didn't most of the time.
Oh, okay.
Because we would pull in like 500 viewers on average.
Right. Oh, okay.
And if you put 500 people in a chat room, that's not a good chat room.
Right. Exactly.
Sometimes we'd glance at it and like try to pull information. Mm-hmm. Like I actually watched one of our old videos, and Fair is like on his iPhone looking at the Twitch chat while we're trying to solve a puzzle in Legend of Zelda Master Quest.
Starring Lunk.
Oh, yeah.
Lunk.
Was that Lunk? That might have been Lunk or Lonk. I don't know.
I think it was Lunk. Yeah, it was Lunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so just the whole time Fair is just looking at his iPhone. I cannot imagine how awkward that must look.
Well, we'd get stuck. We would try that out.
Oh, jeez.
The whole problem with Twitch, though, is that huge lag. It's like 15 seconds behind.
Because that's one of the biggest complaints I hear about Twitch. And I know that Chip and Ironicus, they actually go to Hitbox. I'm not sure exactly if it's, better in terms of the quality.
I think the latency might be better there.
Oh, okay.
But there's still a lot of it,
Yeah, oh, okay.
And I used to do that for a while. Like we would pull in guests over Skype and have them watch the game over Twitch.
Oh, okay.
And I knew there are going to be issues because A, there's the latency, and B, if you're trying to hear the audio from the game through that stream, you're also hearing your own Skype audio. Oh,
okay.
On a 10-second delay, which is really annoying. And I just kind of thought they'd figure out how to deal with it and it would be okay. And I just assumed it was working out because they kept coming back. And then after doing that for years, I actually did commentary that way on some other guy's stream. Mm-hmm. And I realized what a horrible situation that is, what I was actually doing to those people. Huh. I feel bad about that now. All the time I spent making people comment just watching my Twitch stream.
Right.
Then I invented a new way to do it, which is where I actually use Skype. And I haven't actually done this for a Let's Play, but I've tested it out. I hook up an old video capture, and I run that into my laptop. And then I run Skype on the laptop and use video conference through Skype.
Oh.
It's like a FaceTime sort of thing, and there's like very little lag on that.
Oh, okay. So, would you consider that to be like probably the best option in terms of streaming, or was it just something that was just done on the fly? Or
yeah, if I was gonna do it now, I would definitely do it that way. If I was streaming out to general population, I'd have that going, and then I'd have a second video stream, which is like this low resolution, very low latency over a video conference sort of thing.
Right.
And then I've got this audio mixer where I can actually cook up an audio mix just for Skype, where it's the video game audio and my voice, so that the Skype guests don't have to hear their own voices.
Since we're on the subject of like Twitch stuff, is there really anything in particular that you're looking like? Is there any guys on like any streams that you actually have any interest in, or is it just gone to the point where it's like you just kind of do your own thing? Or
I have not been streaming for a while. I do watch Slow Beef sometimes.
Oh, okay.
And if I'm interested in the game, I'll kind of like pull up a random stream and see what it looks like.
Right. I'm not gonna lie. I honestly didn't think that Slow Beef would be still streaming.
Yeah, he streams like every weekend.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah, I just saw a tweet from him saying, "Sorry, busy this weekend, no streaming."
Oh. Huh,
which is fine because I'm going to be playing Dark Souls 3 all weekend.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, because like, does he do it by himself or?
Usually. Recently, he got his wife on the stream too.
Now I have to look up, and I'm gonna have to look that up. But really, like with streaming and everything, do you think like would you say like in terms of like how video games are presented on YouTube or what have you? Do you think it's evolved or is it just still the same?
Oh, you mean Let's Plays in general?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, they've changed a lot over time. Back in the early days, it was just like people didn't have much of a plan going in. They just kind of like they throw themselves at it.
Right.
They've got some jokes. They're throwing some jokes. Got some knowledge about the game. Throw that in, and I think it actually worked really well that way. Like it was a mess, but it had all the right proportions in there. It was like I really liked the way it was done. People refer to that as the 2007 kind of casual or sloppy method or whatever they want to call it.
Right.
Since then, it's kind of diverged where like you get the more personality-focused comedy things where people are really excited about everything that's happening in the game, and then you got on the other side, there's like the more kind of professional, really exhaustive, examine every single detail of this game sort of approach.
Right.
And I thought like when it was just kind of a mix of both, that worked really well.
Right. Now, and also it's just like half of the time it's just some guy with his face cam. Yeah.
The face cam stuff got started.
Right. Just screaming at like whenever like a jump scare happens.
Yeah. That kind of took off and went mainstream that way, like with PewDiePie and Game Trumps and things like that.
Right.
These people, their audience is like mostly kids.
Right.
Which I don't like the idea of kids watching PewDiePie videos.
Right, exactly, because it's just him.
He makes
like
a lot of jokes about rape in his videos.
Yeah. Does he still do that, by the way?
I hope not. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't. Tabs.
Okay, because I know for a fact that he swore off of that, but I'm not sure if he ever kept that promise.
Oh.
But besides that, so at this point, like, do you still have an interest in doing Let's Plays, or is it just something that would you usually do now, where it's like you just post a few videos every now and then, or?
Still kind of interested, yeah. Like, I still want to get together with the guys because they moved. They're like living near Boston now.
Oh, okay.
So kind of far away.
Oh, okay.
And we've been actually trying for a while to get together to do like a day of recording.
Oh, sweet.
But it's just been like one disaster after the next on that front.
Oh, really? Like what would usually happen? Like it's just lack of communication?
The hardest part is trying to get everyone together in the same place at the same time.
Okay. Is it just because like mostly everyone's so busy, or?
Yeah, people just got things they're doing. And now, as you found out, trying to hook up this interview with me, I'm working on third shift.
Oh, jeez.
So that complicates things. I'm going to PAX next weekend. I don't even know how that's going to work.
Oh, jeez.
Because I'm going to get out of work Saturday morning and just drive to Boston, basically.
Is Slowbeef going to be there? Because I remember they actually made the effort to go there. So
I don't know. They've been there for the past 2 or 3 years,
right.
though.
Yeah. So, and do you think you guys will probably unite there or something like that, or is this going to be you as of right now?
I'm meeting with some other people. I don't think the other guys got passes this year.
Oh, geez. Because really, like with PAX and all that stuff, it's kind of interesting to see like who actually shows up. So
Yeah.
like even if they are just a guest, like I always thought it was very fascinating.
It's always weird meeting people from the internet, though.
Yeah, exactly.
I always have this moment where it's just like, oh, you're a person.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because it's like I remember that one photo that Slow Beef had next to that guy who was cosplaying as oh god, what was his name? The guy from the main protagonist from Police Knots. I can't remember his name, but it was just like that was the first time I ever saw Slow Beef in the flesh, and it was just so weird.
When I saw him, I met him and Diabetes at the same time, and both of them were so completely different than my mental image of them. Like I actually said to them, if you looked like each other, that would fit my expectations a lot better.
Because it's like you just didn't expect Slow Beef to look like the way he does.
Yeah, for some reason, I had this distinct image of Diabetes with black hair for some reason.
Right.
And seeing that he doesn't have black hair, I was like, what?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just like, it was quite a culture shock. Even though when you think about it, it's like two guys from something awful just who just happen to have a popular channel decided to show up, and they're not even like having a panel or anything. And it's just like that to me was far more interesting than whatever the hell they were having at the time. Because I've seen videos of PAX East, and it's like I'm still a little confused as to like what the whole expo is about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know that's kind of a loaded question, but that's just.
Well, you can go there for a lot of different reasons. Like you can just hang out in the tabletop room all day long if you want.
Right.
You can totally do that. Like you can just keep playing new games for 12 hours. There's so much stuff down there.
Oh, okay.
You can go out on the main expo floor. That's my favorite place because there's so many indie games out there.
Okay.
And you can play the indie game while the developer is standing right there, and you can break his game while he watches, which is the most satisfying way to play a video game ever. I've done that. It's the best.
What kind of games in particular have you actually done that to?
There's a game called Beat Buddy.
Okay.
And I played this game. I just played through the first level. And this was an early build of the game, and I just like broke everything I ran into. Oh. Like the first thing you got to do is use the dash move to get through this barrier.
Right.
But right before the barrier, they teach you, press this button to punch. So I'm punching my way through these barriers, and like the developers are behind me, and I didn't know they were the developers. Like I thought they were just guys manning the stations or whatever.
Right.
And they're just watching me like play this game completely the wrong way, but make progress anyway.
Oh.
Like there's one point in the game where I watch a cutscene and leave the room and then go back into the room where the cutscene was and pick up one of the items in there.
What the hell?
That you weren't supposed to get. It was just there as decoration.
Oh.
And then I turned to those guys and say, hey, that was a good secret. Because I thought that was a good secret. No, I just broke the game. You were not supposed to grab that.
Oh, and how do they respond?
I played the final version of that game, and everything I did in that test build has been like prevented from ever happening.
Aww.
Like you can't. They don't let you punch at the first barrier. Like there's a point where I was swimming against a stream that's supposed to push you out.
Oh.
And I just swam through it anyway, because if you press the dashboard and just the right rhythm, you push through. They fixed that. You can't go back in the cutscene anymore.
Oh, jeez.
So that was satisfying on multiple levels for me.
Oh, was there like any like major indie titles that you actually broke in front of?
When I played Roundabout, I got the upgrade to drive on water, then immediately jumped on the ocean and drove away from the island.
Oh, God.
I thought there was going to be like a secret out there, like maybe a secret cutscene to play, but nothing happens.
But you just kept going.
Yeah, you just flood drive in the ocean forever.
I've actually played that game like once or twice, and this was like a couple weeks ago. That game is absolutely insane.
Yeah, I don't know if you know, but a lot of Let's Players are doing voice acting in that game.
Are you serious?
Yeah, like Metabot's in there.
What?
Psychedelic Eyeball is the voice of the villain.
Are you serious?
That's real. You can look it up.
Oh my God.
I'm surprised you didn't know that.
I mean, I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge fan of Eyeball, but I mean, I did not expect him to be voicing.
Yeah, he is the voice of the villain. Metabot does the voice of the skeleton.
Are you?
I'm pretty sure they just got these guys to do voice work remotely, which is why you don't see them on screen.
Oh.
Which is why Metabot does the voice of the skeleton. But yeah.
Oh my God.
There's at least 2 or 3 Let's Players in there.
Oh, jeez. I mean, of all people, Psychedelic Eyeball, I mean, I wouldn't expect that.
Yeah, it's hard to picture him as a villain.
Right. just the nicest French Canadian you could possibly imagine.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, really, with PAX and all this stuff, like, does anybody ever like recognize you just by the sound of your voice? Like, oh, hey, it's Maxwell.
I haven't had that happen.
Oh, really?
I have had people like come up to me like because they arrange something with like the other guys, and then we end up meeting. Like, that's always so weird because they know you.
Oh,
They've heard you like talking for untold hours, and then they're like, "Hey." One time, a guy was like, he gave us all buttons. Like he had these buttons printed up with like catchphrases from his IRC channel.
what the hell?
And it's just like I have no reaction to this. It's like I don't have a problem with this. I have no reaction.
Right, because it's like you have no idea what the hell these catchphrases are supposed to convey. But like, I'm not gonna lie, I was actually pretty nervous before this interview happened because I just hear your voice so much, and because I mean I used to watch you guys all the time, and it was just so surreal thinking about how in a matter of moments I was going to be talking to somebody's voice that I recognize. I mean, I've never seen your face or anything like that, and it's just the fact that you're actually speaking to me right now as you speak, you know, that made me nervous.
Yeah,
I don't know how it is, but
I felt that from a few different angles.
Oh.
Sometimes it's weird even when you know the person's face. Like, like I'm a big fan of Giant Bomb.
Uh-huh.
And I watched like all their videos. And then one day I went to PAX and I was waiting in line to go to the Giant Bomb panel, and Brad Shoemaker walked by, and I saw his face in real life, and my brain just like short circuited. Like Brad is Brad. He's right here.
Yeah. Gee. Yeah,
He's in front of me. I can see it with my eyeballs.
Eyeballs. Oh man, because like with Giant Bomb, like if I were to see somebody from Giant Bomb, I probably would feel the same way too. Because it's like they're not exactly, you know, like what you would call like real celebrities, so to speak. You know what I mean? Not just to disparage anybody, but
if they go to the right place, they're going to be really popular. Like
right.
I can't imagine them just like casually walking around at PAX without being recognized by every other person at least.
Right, exactly. I think it's just a matter of like where they are at the time, and it's like what kind of location it would be. Because I think I may have, because I could honestly say I've never ran across anybody, especially like anybody on YouTube. And I just honestly don't know how I would feel if, like, let's say someone like if I saw Chip and Ironicus just like chilling at like some sort of like at a Comic-Con or something like that, or like going to C2E2 or something like that, and I just ran across them. I honestly don't know how I would react. Because I mean, I've seen their faces before, and I'm not gonna lie, Chip is almost exactly how I'd imagined him to be. Ironicus not so much, because I remember there was a joke where everyone thought he was black.
Oh yeah, I was going for a while.
Yeah, and then like I see him and
he's taller. He's like taller and thinner than you think he would be.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like, I guess the right word would be he just looked so, I guess, suburbanite-ish, I guess. Yeah,
from all the Let's Players that I've seen their faces, like they almost never match up with how you think they'd look.
Right, exactly. Like I cannot imagine what psychedelic eyeball would look like.
Yeah, like I almost had a chance to see him once, and like I'm kind of ambivalent about the idea of actually seeing him or even seeing a picture of him. Mm-hmm. Just because the reality would have a conflict with my mental image. Oh. Yeah, there's pictures of us out there if you go looking. Like at one point, I set up a YouTube channel because Pipes, for his birthday party, he took us all skydiving. Mm-hmm. And we had videos shot of the skydiving. And then I put those up on a different YouTube channel, which somehow got found. And everyone saw our faces and actually our names too.
Oh my God.
Because at one point there's the camera turns and zooms in on the schedule that shows that we're about to go and our full names are written there.
Oh my God.
Yes. So that happened. I used to get really paranoid about that stuff, about people finding out like who I was, because I figured only the craziest of the crazies would like try to hunt me down, and like I'm just one day they'd just turn up on my doorstop and like, or like I'd turn and see them like peering through my bedroom mirror or something.
Oh God.
Have you heard the story of the guy who made a phone call to Chip
Wait, no. What was this about? How long ago was it?
This was a while ago, but this is a horror story.
Oh, jeez.
This guy got it set in his mind that he was going to call Chip and just like say hi to him and say like, hey, your videos matter a lot to me for some reason.
Right.
So he called, like, somehow he got the number for Chip's house and called, but he got Chip's dad. And he tried to talk his way past Chip's dad, and Chip's dad was like nope.
Oh, my God.
Oh, wait, no. The way he got that number was like somehow getting the phone number for Chip's grandmother.
What?
And calling her and saying he was Chip's friend from school, and can you give me this number? I need to find out about the assignment and whatever. Then he got to Chip's dad. Chip's dad had blocked him, blocked this incoming number. He somehow routed his phone call through Texas.
What?
So he could get through to Chip's dad again, and somehow like eventually got to actually talk to Chip after like all this like hours of like all this
tampering.
Weird work. Yeah, tampering with phone lines.
Is there like actual like evidence of like any documentation of this?
I don't know. It's just a story that I heard Chip tell once on a podcast.
Oh, really? Holy shit. Like, honestly, like stories like that terrify me, especially if it's like if I hear about it at night.
Yeah, but then the end result was just like, oh, the guy just wants to have a personal chat with Chip. That's all.
Did he get it?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It ended up being like the most like boring, casual thing that could possibly happen.
Oh, geez. Oh, man. Because it's like, I'm not going to lie, I'm not really... Like, I've listened to a few of his podcasts, their podcasts, that it's like something I never really actively, like, look forward to every week. I may have to get into that because, yeah, like, stories like that kind of terrify me. Because I was always paranoid. I'm not sure about you, but, like, I think how it all started was Windows 98. We had a Windows 98 computer, and it got hit with a virus. But the virus would do this thing where it would just constantly play this sound clip of like people laughing. And it was like 1 a.m. So it's like it just woke everyone up, and everyone was like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, viruses used to be more creative.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I've ever encountered a virus since then, but like that was just so terrifying. And just hearing Chip getting a like random phone call, I cannot imagine how I would feel about that.
That idea used to bother me a lot, but these days it's just my opinion on that is like, well, it seems like the scary part is that they're going to find you, but then after they find you, like what happens? Like you have an awkward conversation. That's the worst thing that's going to happen.
Right, that's true. Yeah, that's very true. And it's just like a lot of late night things just like terrify, especially if it's unexpected. But and another thing I wanted to bring up too was just like I was noticing that like on your personal channel, like there was like the last video you sent was like about 5 months ago. So I guess like for lack of a better way of saying this, what's going on with Maxwell, so to speak?
In terms of Let's Playing, I've been out of it for a while. Like I don't even really watch Let's Plays anymore.
Oh, okay.
Like back in the early days, I would watch everything. Like instead of watching TVs, I would watch Let's Plays, and
right.
Back then the community was small enough that I'd actually like make an effort to kind of get to know everyone coming onto the scene.
Okay.
But these days, like if I go wander into the Let's Play forum, like I don't even recognize anyone posting videos.
Right. Exactly.
Sometimes like I'll still watch a Let's Play video if it's like someone that I already know, or if they're playing a game I want to see.
Right.
Like right now, Chip has been doing this Let's Play of Watch Dogs, and it's like, why would I watch an exhaustive Let's Play of Watch Dogs?
Right. Exactly. What is your honest opinion about Watch Dogs?
I think it's dumb and boring.
Okay.
from what little I know of it. Seems
oh.
like one of those Ubisoft open world games where they just cram it full of mini activities and there's really nothing to it.
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what it is. I mean, it's not too bad, but
I think I did watch one of those videos where they just spliced together all story cutscenes. And Watch Dogs just has like this dumbest.
Oh yeah.
Like, nothing of a story.
Yeah, it's because basically what it was just that a bunch of people, like, they had no sense of direction, especially since it got delayed. So.
Oh yeah, that was like they started out as a tech demo, and it was like, oh, by the way, guys, that's a game. You're making a game now.
Right, exactly.
People got excited about this. You got to sell it now.
Right, and like I remember Chip saying this. He said like, and I mean I actually read about it too, and it turns out that it was supposed to be a launch title. And honestly, I think like it would have been much better if it was a launch title, because I mean, you know, that's a pretty big game, even though it doesn't really feel like it.
There's probably a lot of room for improvement there.
Apparently they make it a sequel, and I hope they actually like learn from their mistakes. But then again, I mean, not to, you know,
it's Ubisoft. They're going to make a Ubisoft game.
Yeah, basically. So
that kind of game, it's just like, you know, it's like primetime TV. Like you can just kind of sit down and consume it, and
right.
It's crap, but it's pretty good crap.
Right, exactly. And so, like, what games have you been playing, you know, on your free time?
I got sucked into Warframe recently. Sucked back into Warframe. I've been playing that game since it was first released. Thankfully, Dark Souls 3 pulled me out of that. I'm all about Dark Souls 3 now.
Have you actually played the other Dark Souls games, or?
Oh, yeah. I'm a big fan of the whole series.
Oh, good. Okay.
I haven't played Bloodborne, though, but that's just because I don't have a PS4.
Right, neither do I. So it's like I don't exactly have access to Bloodborne.
Eventually buy a PlayStation 4.
Yeah, so same here.
I bought a PlayStation 3, so pretty much so I could play From Software games. I played Demon Souls and Armored Core.
Okay.
That's about it. That's pretty much what I played on my PlayStation 3.
How was the last Armored Core, by the way? I kind of like, it was like one of those things where it's like I keep seeing it at my GameStop, but it's like I never really decided to pull the trigger on it and buy it.
The recent one was 5, and I don't know, it seemed like they got way into the multiplayer aspect of like making up teams, focusing on that.
Right.
I don't know. Armored Core games are their own weird thing.
Right, because I remember, I mean, I actually did play one Armored Core game. I don't remember what it was. It was a last-gen game. It was on 360. It was at a friend's house. And I was thoroughly impressed by it.
It's probably Armored Core 4 or Armored Core 4 answer.
I think it was just 4.
Okay.
And because it was like very customizable. You could pretty much do whatever you wanted with your mechs. So, yeah, and it was just like, I was like, holy crap, this actually is, you know, in depth. It's not like just, you know, I'm not playing freaking Gundams. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've been into Armored Core for a long time. Actually, way back, like in the PlayStation 1 days, Pipes got Armored Core Masters of Arena. This is a 2-disc PlayStation 1 game. And he was playing it on his PlayStation 1, and then I borrowed it from him and played it on an emulator on the PC.
Oh.
Because you could do that back then.
Right.
And we had this, like, we'd always developed these weird rivalries in games. And with Armored Core, like, I got way into customizing my mech and making this awesome, overpowered killing machine.
Right.
Whereas when he played the game, he barely modified his starting mech. Like, he got a better laser gun and, like, better legs. And, like, that's about it. And somehow he made it to the final boss of the game.
What the hell?
With this, like, pathetic, like, barely able to fight mech. He just got so good at playing the game.
Oh, my gosh.
He can make it to the end, but then at the final boss is this awesome, like, transforming airplane mech that's, like, 50 feet tall. And like, he walked into this room with the final boss, and his guns would not hold enough bullets to even take off half this boss's health. He just thought it was impossible. And then I came over after playing this game, like, oh, the final boss? Yeah, I'll show you how to beat that. And I know my custom rig that I like, custom build all these special parts. And I go into the final boss and I speedrun the final boss right in front of him. Like, I did this perfect, like, 10-second run against this final, like, mid-air beam saber combo, like, optimum damage. And then I just put that down the control, like, yep, that's how you beat that boss. The boss he's been stuck on for, like, months that he thinks is impossible. Then we go into versus mode, and we both set up the same mech that I just built. And then he just completely destroys me with it in versus mode because he's gotten better at playing the game.
Like, another question I gotta ask, you know, Pipes, is he really that kind of person, like, outside of Freelance Astronauts?
He takes it up a notch when there's a microphone in front of him, but yeah, he's that's pretty much how he is.
Oh, good. So, like, because for some reason, I just think, like, there's at some point where it's like he gets you guys in trouble. I don't know why, but, like, I feel like at the same time, he's just rather just relaxed in real life.
It can go both ways. You know, he is the one that took us all skydiving for his birthday.
Oh, jeez. How was that, by the way? Like, where'd you guys go skydiving at?
I forget the name of the place. It was just whatever's nearby.
Okay.
But, like, going up in the plane, feeling fine about this. Plane reaches Mach ultimate altitude, people start jumping the plane. I feel fine about this. No problem. No big deal. There's this moment when you get to the edge and you're about to jump where every like muscle in your body is like, no, don't.
Yeah.
And then like the way we did it was tandem jumping where the instructor is strapped onto your back.
Yeah.
And that's the point where the instructor just like jumps out with you and doesn't give you a choice in the matter.
Right.
And I thought the free fall part was great. Like
Right.
I love that, just falling into the sky. And then after you pull the chute, you just kind of drift down, and I got so nauseous on the way down. Like I just spent all this time drifting down to the ground, trying not to vomit. So it's a mix of good and bad in there.
Right. Because honestly, I don't think I would ever go skydiving. I'm just that mortified of heights.
Oh yeah, if you don't like heights, don't go skydiving.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it's just, yeah, and it's like, since you guys are so far apart, like, when would you say would be like the last time you actually like met up? Not in terms of like, you know, making a video or just like legitimately meet up.
Pipes likes to throw these really interesting theme parties. So we met up recently and had a lecture party.
Right.
This is a party where you can bring in a lecture, and then you get in front of this big screen TV and like put up a PowerPoint presentation or whatever, and put on a lecture about whatever you want to do.
Whatever.
Yeah. Evek was there. Evek put on a presentation about sports that survived the nuclear holocaust in Star Trek.
What the hell? Like,
because in the world of Star Trek, Earth was demolished by nuclear war,
right,
and then rebuilt, and then
what sports did survive?
Yeah, so like he focused on baseball. That survived a little bit. Baseball is like this weird fringe thing in the world of Star Trek. There's also weird new sports that have been invented, like Parisi squares, and the ultimate of all form of martial arts, Sambo Jutsu, which is amazing all on its own.
So he just had, like, how long was that presentation? How long did Evek go?
The presentation itself was only about 5 minutes, but you can smell he spent a good amount of time getting all that resources together.
Oh, jeez. All that for a party?
Oh, yeah. That's the kind of party it is.
Oh, perfect. And
I did a presentation once on pornographic games for the Atari 2600.
Oh, gee. Those
are real. Those existed.
Yeah. I could name one.
Custer's Revenge. Everyone knows that one. There's also Beat 'em and Eat 'em, Knight's Tale, a few others.
What was the one where it was like you were in a helicopter and there was just like this nude lady who was like, you had to like rescue her, and that was like the whole game?
Oh, yeah. You go lower yourself down and like she jumps on your dick and you pull her away.
Yeah, exactly. That one.
Yeah.
I don't remember the name.
All those games are weird because most of them had two variations.
What?
Where the spikes were just like hacked. Like there's a variation of the chopper game where you're a woman on the helicopter and the guy jumps onto your boobs.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I'm trying to think now, because was there one where it was like, where it's like you put out a fire with her tits?
Yeah, that probably happens.
Yeah.
There's one called Bachelor Party where it's just a breakout clone.
Yeah, and it was just like...
And then there's Bachelorette Party, which is the same exact thing with the sprites reversed.
Right.
It's real dumb.
Yeah, and it's like most of them were like unlicensed games, weren't they?
Well, with Atari, there was no licensing process.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, I forget about that. Sorry.
Like Activision, they were the first third-party game developer. And Atari actually sued them and tried to make them stop making games.
Oh. Well,
so that's why when Nintendo hit America, they had the whole seal of approval licensed by Nintendo, and they had lockout chips and everything. They didn't want people just creating porn games and throwing it out on their system.
Right.
Because that happened on Atari.
Right. It's funny because like there was actual like homebrewed pornographic games that you could like download on a ROM that you could play on your NES. So, and then you have like the one ROM hacks, which it was like just all it is just like very immature like imagery. So like Mario would just be like a dick just walking around.
Oh yeah. Yep. Well, I'm not sure how old those are because you started seeing those things at the same time where like people started distributing ROMs on the internet.
Right.
And that's the point where ROM hacking got started. So I think some of those just came into existence at that point.
Yeah, I think like the one where Mario turns into a dick was like 2006, 2005. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just the stupidest
at
thing.
some point in the late '90s, I downloaded a whole pack of Mario ROM hacks, and there's like Super KK Mario,
Yeah.
Super Wheelchair Mario, and all these dumb things.
Yeah, exactly. Most of them were just stupid.
Hmm.
Yeah, because it was just like they weren't even trying. Like they weren't even trying to be like, I guess, vulgar. It was just like, oh look, KKK, that's offensive. Let's put swastikas in there too as mushrooms,
Oh yeah,
and that was it.
hmm
Yeah. So
yeah, that was late '90s internet.
yeah,
Hasn't changed a lot since then.
no, it hasn't. No, it's just that it's becoming much easier to distribute that bullshit, so to speak. So, but outside of that, like I can honestly say that out of all the Let's Players that are out there, especially like in the early days, I noticed that like when people ask, hey, what Let's Plays do you guys watch? And a lot of people refer to you guys, Freelance Astronauts. That's actually a matter of fact how I was introduced to you guys, because everyone kept saying Freelance Astronauts. So I was like, okay, then I guess I gotta look up Freelance Astronauts, see what they're up to. And yeah, I saw Majora's Mask and someone reading fan fiction, and I was just like, I was in hysterics the whole time. I mean, yeah, you guys seem to be held in rather high regard, I'm not gonna lie. Like everyone seems to like gravitate towards you when everyone talks about like good Let's Players. Back then, even still to this, well, I mean, even still to this day, a lot of people remember you guys. Do people still like send you like fan art and stuff like that?
Not really lately.
Oh, really? Oh,
Well, we haven't been producing any new material lately. People still like comment on our YouTube channels and
Right.
stuff like that.
like, hey, why aren't you guys gonna make another Freelance Astronauts video? I'm pretty sure you get those
Yeah.
a lot. Yeah.
Every so often, I still get an email about like, "Hey, what's that music you put in this video?" I have to go track down that video and find out what kind of weird things I was into at that point.
And I'm guessing it was just like some video from like 2009.
Yeah, like when I go back and watch those videos, like sometimes I'm amazed at like what I'm doing. I don't remember doing any of it. Like the entire Oblivion LP, like I can pull up a random video of that and see all this like intricate stuff that I planned out and executed, and
Right.
it may have gone right or gone completely wrong.
Right. So like, do you still like keep track of it? Do you still have this archived somewhere in your personal like files?
Probably my files are a mess. I had some backup hard drives, but also had some hard drive failures. But I think all the videos are pretty much out there, either on the YouTube channel,
Right.
or at some point someone put a lot of our stuff up on Internet Archive.
Oh,
So like if you're trying to watch our Grand Theft Auto Vice City videos, a lot of those are being flagged now for copyrighted music.
right.
But you can go to the Internet Archive and find those.
Oh, sweet. So there you go, guys. If you guys want to get your fix on Freelance Astronauts, then go ahead and go to Internet Archives. Yeah. So, I mean, honestly, just to wrap things up here a bit, I honestly was, again, I was a little nervous, trying, before we spoke to you, and it's really refreshing knowing that you're willing to speak to us. And I mean, not to insult you or anything. It's been a while since you've posted content, but I still feel it was really good to be able to talk to you, especially considering that you're a part of something that eventually exploded. Yeah, it's like
Yeah, I think Let's Plays like have actually changed like a lot about how people learn about video games.
right. Yeah, that's how I always felt, and it's honestly the way I justify watching Let's Plays, because like a lot of my family members are like, why the hell do you watch people play video games? And I was just like, well, sometimes it's like I learn about a new game.
That's how you learn about like you're not gonna go read a review about a video game to find out what they think about the game.
Right, exactly.
You can just watch video footage and make your own opinion.
Right. And
Like I actually saw a report on like video game statistics from the ESA, and there's this pie chart in there, like the reasons why people buy the games they pick. Like what are the reasons why they chose to buy that game?
right.
And product review is rated like less than 1%, like below look of the packaging.
Right.
Like people want to know about games. Like there's so many games coming out these days.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
ridiculous. Like I can pull up Steam right now, I bet 5 games came out today.
Right. Exactly.
And that's just Steam. That's not even like what's happening on mobile or consoles or like I'd go to like itch.io and I could find a million games I never even heard of.
right. Because
And there's no way like the only way people can cover that game is like through social media.
Mm-hmm.
Social media is just taking over. Like when a hot game comes out, like Undertale,
Right.
social media is the one that tells you about it.
Yeah, exactly. And then like, you just see people like posting, having avatars of like Sans or whatever. Have you actually played Undertale?
I intend to play it at some point.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I was a little late too, and I was kind of, not to spoil anything, but I was, at first, I was pretty blown away by it, honestly.
Yeah, I've seen like a few videos of it, and it looks like everyone says it's amazing, and it looks like something I'd be into. It's just kind of behind some other games I need to get to.
Right. So
I have this ridiculous backlog in Steam. I have so many games that I've purchased and never even installed.
Oh, jeez. Yeah,
I get into those sales real bad.
Yeah.
If there's like a holiday sale.
Well, really, who doesn't?
Like, how do I not buy this game that costs $2.50?
Right. Because I think like I'm not really a PC person, and I think the only thing I ever bought on Steam was like Vice City, but that was like $2 because they were having like a GTA sale. So I bought Vice City and like episodes from Liberty City, and I was just playing Ballad of Gay Tony and like San Andreas.
Yeah, I bought the Grand Theft Auto games on Steam just so I could have a digital copy because I'm not sure where my discs are.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that's how deep I am in Steam.
Oh, wow. Because Josh knows somebody, and I believe it was like 1,400 games in his library. So I cannot.
I'm not that far in now.
Right. And it's like I also have another friend whose brother, he has probably the most impressive collection of video games, and the thing is that he's barely even touched any of them.
Is it just like retro games, the original packaging?
It's not only that, but also like new games. He buys new games and then he doesn't play them.
Oh,
yeah. I don't know how that works. Like. Yeah, exactly. Because like I don't even know how that works. I mean, he plays new games just so he could tell everybody what they're about because he does like a lot of like freelance writing.
Does he also buy like the collector's edition with the statuette and everything?
I don't think he would go that far. He just buys like the plain Jane copy.
I think that's the only reason to buy physical games anymore.
Right, to just have that nice statue.
Yeah, like buy that special edition of Witcher 3 with the bust of Geralt, the coin or whatever it comes with.
Right, exactly.
The deck of Gwent.
Yeah, so, I mean, I'm never really interested in those because it's like, to me, it's just like, to me, when it comes to trinkets like that, I don't know where to put them in my room. And to me, that just wastes space. I just bought this Master Chief helmet so I can wear it at PAX, but I don't know what I'm going to do with it afterwards. Oh. I don't know, just keep it just somewhere. I guess.
I don't know.
Just have
find a place to put it.
Put it in your living room, maybe. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, like, really, like in terms of like what you do right now, like what are you usually doing right now, like outside of video games, if that's something that you're comfortable with answering?
Outside of video games and work, just reading stuff on the internet. Do a lot of that.
Have you ever
like way into comic books?
Oh, like what do you usually read?
I'm into X-Men mostly. Like I try to read as much X-Men as I can.
Oh, okay.
Even the old stuff.
Has X-Men, like, is it still good?
I think the art is really good right now.
Okay.
I think Storm's hairstyle right now is amazing.
Okay.
You should buy X-Men right now just to look at Storm's hair.
Because I mean, I actually was at one point, I was really into X-Men myself. And then like, it just it died so quickly. My interest in X-Men died so fast.
Yeah.
So as soon as I started reading them.
It's weird when you read them all back to back because you start to get an idea of what the writers were trying to do.
Yeah.
And how sometimes it's obvious that the writers have no idea what they're trying to do.
Yeah, exactly. Especially with like Marvel. I mean, not to harp on them, but like...
Marvel has gone nuts lately.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're successful and it's like they don't know how to handle it.
Right. Because it's like, to me, it's like, the way I look at it in terms of like the big two, so to speak, DC, I think they're incredibly arrogant with their product. Like they feel like they could just do whatever and like people will buy it regardless.
In terms of movies, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because like with the comic books, it's like I think they're very hit or miss. I know a lot of people love them, but I don't know. It's just like some of them are good and some of them are just so far fetched that I just like I can't take it seriously. Like I don't know if it's just me, but
yeah, it's hard to find like something that really works. Like comic books have to hit this weird thing where there's like the internal logic actually works, but at the same time they got to be unpredictable.
Right, exactly.
It's real tricky. I like reading anything that Chris Claremont was involved in. He was like the old classic guy. He was on X-Men for a long time.
Right.
And for a while, they just let him write whatever he wanted to write.
Yeah, exactly.
And no one stopped him, and the results are amazing.
Yeah, and it's like, really the only way you can get like a genuinely good comic book, honestly, is like anything from Image. Because it's like they just let people just do whatever. At a fault, of course, so.
Oh, I don't know about Image.
Okay.
Mainly keep them more.
Walking Dead, Spawn, those kind of guys.
Oh, that stuff. Okay.
Yeah, and it's like they like their catalog right now is just so out there, and it's like they just let people do what they want as long as it's competent. So I always find that very admirable. So that's why I kind of gravitate towards them. But with Marvel, it's like, to me, it's a guilty pleasure. Really, I just read a lot of Punisher, and that's pretty much it at this point. Like, I'm really into Deadpool too. Well, I was at some point, but then I realized it's kind of the same old. I'm really picky with comic books, in case you haven't noticed. So I don't know why, but I just really am.
Yeah, that's how you are. When you really like something, you tend to be really picky about it.
Right, exactly.
It's like, I like comic books so much, except for those 98% of them.
Right, exactly. Yeah, so, and really, I mean, at the end of the day, I really do hope you guys get back together again, and I think a lot of people would appreciate that as well.
Yeah. We keep wanting it to happen, but it's like, it keeps all breaking down. Like, the last time we tried to get together, like, pipes couldn't make it, and then, like, the microphones were all messed up. I tried playing public domain music, and it turned out it wasn't public domain music.
Oh. How does that?
So then the recording I made was flagged in every country in the world.
Oh God! How does that happen? How do you go from thinking it's public domain to figuring out that it's like banning you in every country in the world?
I wanted to find. Actually, I was trying to find ragtime music.
Okay.
Because ragtime is, if you set it to the right gameplay, it's just hilarious.
Right. Exactly.
Particularly if you're fighting skeletons and you play ragtime music, it's just amazing.
Right. Exactly.
So I was trying to find ragtime. I ended up finding this link somewhere, like public domain jazz radio. So I just like loaded that up. It's playing jazz. Sounds really old. I guess it's public domain.
Right.
And I just played that while I played that game. And then, no, it turned out that was all copyrighted.
Oh, Jesus. And it's like, and it's automated too. So it's like, you're really, so that's the dumb thing about YouTube's like copyright service, so that it's automated, so that it'll just ban whatever. But then
every song you could ever want to find is on YouTube.
Right. Because
it's like, why, what's the logic? Like, is someone going to play my video that has like Iron Maiden in the background and like, oh, now I can just watch this video instead of buying the Iron Maiden CD?
Oh, well, you never know. You never know, Maxwell. But regardless, yeah, it's like, I sincerely hope that, you start to develop a presence once again. And I mean, I'm not like, I'm not going to be like one of those assholes who are just like, make more videos or whatever. Because, I mean, people should understand, not everybody does this for a living. This, even though there's like guys who do.
I'm against that, actually. I never liked the idea of making money from Let's Plays.
Right. Oh, okay. Yeah. Because it's like
I actively opposed that at a few points.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like when the guys wanted to sell DVDs of our videos, I was like, okay, I'll allow that, but only if we also put up a torrent of all our videos so they can get it for free.
Oh.
That way they're only supporting us if they choose to send us money, and then they get this DVD as a bonus.
Oh, okay.
And then at one point we did do a charity. Well, charity is not the right word. We just asked for money.
Right.
And then
it wasn't even like a Patreon, right?
No, this was way before Patreon. But we were asking for money so we could buy like better hardware and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And I thought people weren't going to send us any money. Why would people send us money?
Right.
I thought like maybe one person would send us 15 cents as a joke.
Right.
But then we got like over $1,000.
Right.
So then I bought like an HD capture thing, and I bought this audio mixer, and we got these nice microphones, and we paid for web hosting, and we still have most of the money. It's in an account somewhere.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
And do you ever have any desire to spend that at any point in time at this point?
I never remember it's even there.
Oh, jeez.
I think Fair is the one holding that account, so I don't even have access to it.
Oh, well. Oh.
I think he just mainly uses it to pay for the web hosting on our website that we haven't even touched for years.
Right. I mean, it's still up. I mean, the second I heard that you were okay with an interview, I just looked at the website to see if it's changed, and it hasn't. Like it feels like it's just the same as I've seen it like years ago.
Yeah, Pipes used that as sort of a project.
Oh,
Like
okay.
I think if you check his portfolio, you'd find our website in there. But like he put a lot of work into that, like making all those preview images for each individual game and getting everything organized.
Right, and then also that beautiful profile bio of Waffle Iron.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I'm honestly surprised that's still there.
I think if you go to any page on our website and type in the Konami code, something happens.
Huh. You know what? I may have to do that. Sadly, I don't have access to a laptop on me, so, but I will do that. So again, Maxwell Adams, we can't really thank you enough for doing this interview for us.
Hope your recording worked out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it did. I'm very confident it did. Josh is the one who records the stuff, so hopefully, you actually had a good time as much as we did.
As an experienced LPer, I know the horror of doing an entire recording session and then looking at your recording and realizing it's garbage.
Right.
You can't use it.
Right. Yeah, because it's like with Josh, it's like sometimes he'll he'll straight up say, "Hey, I had to do a lot of editing on your recording today." So, but like this one, I think we're a lot more confident with it. I think I would say so.
I remember at one point I used some kind of weird third-party Skype plugin to record audio.
Oh, jeez.
And I did a test recording. It worked fine for 5 minutes, and then I tried recording for an hour and a half, and it just broke down at some point.
Oh, jeez.
That kind of stuff happens.
That sounds like the most irritating thing on earth. But anyways, Maxwell, thank you so much for taking the time again, and I honestly hope that we can get like the rest of you guys for like another interview someday.
Well, then we get to the tricky part, which is getting us all together at the same time, at the same place.
Oh, right, that's true. So, but I honestly hope so. So,
Yeah.
but
I think we want it to happen, so it'll happen eventually.
right, yes. So, thank you so much, man. I really do appreciate it. I mean,
No problem.
I understand, that you're really busy, but just the fact that you took the time to talk to us. Honestly, like at first, I was really nervous, and like if I could confess something right now, I was really nervous. But yeah, we'll let you go, and I hope everything works out for the best. Not just you guys, but you personally, and for the rest of you guys as well. So hopefully we'll see you guys again. All right.
All right.
All right. You take care. All right. You have a good night. All right.
All right. Thanks.
All right. Not a problem, man. Bye bye. I would like to thank Maxwell Adams for taking the time to do this interview with us despite his busy schedule. And I would like to thank each and every one of you for tuning in once again to the Gaming Grotto. Make sure to find us on iTunes. Just look up Gaming Grotto. And also, we have a Facebook page, facebook.com/GuffGrotto, facebook.com/GuffGrotto, as well as guffastuff.net/Gaming Grotto, our flagship website. So, once again, we appreciate everything, all the support you've been giving us. And until next time, you guys take care now.